Oh, my headset wasn't even connected. That's what's going on. The all black Clive, regular Clive. And then we have, where is it? Yes, there we go.
Get ready
Come
for
out.
the next battle.
All right, so you already know the deal. We're living Clive today. I want to make sure I understand how to beat his shit because there's going to be a problem. It's a problem that's happened every Tekken. Well, at least since Tekken 2. Ooh, what's this? It's a stance? We'll get that later. The problem is, Tekken has a bad habit of every time there's a DLC character, I mean, every time, they drop either extremely strong with like stupid tools like Leroy, or they drop okay with dumb tools. Like, the reason I know about this move is because this is something that like people just keep talking about. By people, I mean two people that I watch and respect. So it's safe on block. Got it, right? It hits from back here. Like it has mad range, like basically full screen. It goes full screen. Right? It's a heat engager. So if it hits, they die. If it doesn't, free mix up. Right? It also, let's see. I'm gonna have you. Let's see if you can crouch during crouch. It jails you. So there's no sidestepping during it. And I'm pretty sure it's tracking. And the reason it tracks, even though it's not a homing move, is there's that second hit. There's a little stutter in there. Wait, there's one hit, two. And because it's a second hit, it realigns. So essentially, if you're sidestepping, you get hit by this from full screen. If you're, let's say not even full screen, because you might be able to react with it. You should be able to react to a full screen 1+2. Right. So let's say you're about this range and you start sidestepping, you're getting hits. They're both mids, so you can't duck any of it. You get hit with the first part, you're just stuck there. So that means as far as movement goes, you're not going anywhere. You're not. And since it's a weapon, it has the first hit can reach from here. Meaning I can safely attack you from here. Let's see, restart. I want him to down face up there. Oh, wrong person. It doesn't hit grounded though, which is good. Because I was gonna say they have essentially created a situation with like Yoshimitsu's forward 1+2, where at heat, it's not this move is more buffed up than Yoshimitsu's forward 1+2. It's faster too at 18 frame startup. The thing is with Yoshimitsu's forward 1+2, since it hits grounded, you can use it as a way of like, they're getting up. I clip them if they do the wrong get up option, and I heat dash. You're heat dashing regardless. You can do it to hit them off the ground just to flip them. But if you think they're gonna do like a slow tech roll, you can hit them as they're getting up into a combo. Right? Several characters have things like this, or things like that. And since they decided to make it so strong in the aspect of, yeah, it's a homing, well, it tracks, heat engaging, far ranged attack. It hitting grounded would be fucking absurd, especially since it's a heat engager. I think the forward 1+2 for Yoshi is fair because it's only used for that, bro. Like you can use it as a ranged attack to keep someone out, but it's too slow to be used for any other purpose. You can throw it out from like range and see if they get caught by it to a heating agent, or you can just use it to like heating gauge dash in. But if they don't get mixed, they don't get mixed. There's nothing wrong with forward 1+2 on Yoshimitsu. I don't care if it hits grounded or not. Okay? It's perfectly fine. Because you're not using it in any other situation besides that. Besides heat engaging in the mid and heat dashing in the mid, or like using it to like skill paddle someone. And if it's like, oh, but when you get the walls, you can just keep getting flipped over and over if you don't get up. Yeah, several people have moves that punishes you if you're on the ground. I think like Asuka has one, Jun has one, Kazuya has one. There's several characters that have skill pedals. Or skill pedal might be like the hyper specific way of saying it, because skill pedal flips you, but several characters have moves that when you're on the ground hit you and punish you for just staying there by repeatedly like hitting you hard, right? So if they did that to this move, that would just be too much. I'm not gonna lie. Let's get started. So I've seen a couple of moves because obviously I fought Clive, and you know they're everywhere. Because at first I was playing a rank, and since I still don't know the matchup for most characters, and I don't know how to deal with a lot of like strategies yet, I'm getting like washed. So I'm staying in like a low rank area. Plus I'm refusing to fight Steve because I just don't feel like fighting Steve. So whenever I see a Steve, I just give them a win and move on in my life. But I kept running into like 4 or 5 Steves. No, I think there were 3 of the same Steves over and over. Meaning they also weren't ranking up. Meaning they would get the free dub and still proceed to lose. And I just don't enjoy fighting Steve enough to even take that dub. I'm not gonna lie to you. Where's the heat burst at? Because there's a bunch of heat related stuff in here that I want to see. Okay, so this is his heat smash. It is a bunch of tip damage, right? Actually, it doesn't. It does only 7. There's no stance transition out of it either. It just resets the distance. And since all his tools are so far reaching, it's actually pretty favorable. Of course, all mids. Guess it wouldn't matter anyway. It'd be crazy if you could like duck and punish. Like they make the very last hit a high, and you can duck it and then launch him. Hits him pretty far away actually. So this is round start. Now I back up, and it still reaches. So this is full screen here. It's definitely not gonna reach the full screen. Like all the way back here, it's not gonna reach. But if we're here, yeah. But I think it's worse at the wall. It leaves you plus 10 because they basically get pushed into the wall. So honestly, I never really thought about using heat smashes in this way, where if you're at the wall and you use it on them, it's so oppressive and you have the plus frames. So I'm not even sure if his options yet, but to be plus at a wall scenario is good because you could go for a slower option to make them think they can press. Alright. Let's go back and look at some of these moves. So we're in heat, you do 4, 2, 2, 1. It says partially uses remaining heat time. Can hold the last step during heat. So what that looks like Actually, let's just put on permanent heat because I don't have to keep doing that package setting. Player heat activate. Yo, 4, 2, 2. Oh, oh. So it becomes a heat engager, or is this a move that's already a heat engager? So let's make him stop blocking. We're gonna do. We have to turn off the heat too. We do forward. Yeah, it's a heat engager. I got a couple hours. Okay. 4, 2, 2, 1. 4, 2, 2, 1. Does a decent amount of damage. I want you to see on block. 4, 2, 2, 1. Leaves you +2 when you're in heat. I'm just looking at this heat options really quickly because this is going to be useful. But more specifically, it's when people start to get better and the tools become more well known, you already know these YouTubers are cranking. Oh, it's a guard break? I was gonna say the YouTubers are cranking overtime to get those tutorials out for the views, but like, god damn, this is. Okay, so this is important for me. I need to find, like, why do I never know what my pins are? Hold on, I need to get a pin. Alright, I'm giving some paper. 4, 2, 2. And then break. Hold. 1. Guard break. So, the reason it's important to write down the guard break and how much frames you have of advantage on the guard break is because, for example, with Yoshimitsu, when you hit a flash, you're +14, which guarantees a back 2-2 heat engager, right? That means you get to flash someone, and if it's a regular flash, you can spend your heat to get a combo, and if you have your sword buffed up, they're gonna get comboed anyway. So, you can push into a heavy game state, a heavy, like, offense-based game state, whenever you hit a flash, if your timing's correct. And having a guard break that's easily accessible, because this isn't hard to do at all. Yoshimitsu's guard break is almost impossible to pull off, because it requires your opponent to be scared to the point where they don't press anything, and that's not my experience. And the thing is, I'm not that good at Yoshimitsu yet, but I can still register the idea of, oh, I see him about to do the guard break. I'm just going to sidestep. I'm just gonna, I don't know, hit him. So it's a situation where Yoshimitsu has to do the combo, immediately go into a guard break, and then you have to just sit there and let him do it to you. If you let Yoshimitsu do the guard break, it's on you. Now, I'm not talking about very specific setups where he drops a combo on purpose to do the guard break to continue into more damage. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about very, very generic. He did a combo. He's raw going into guard break. You're not going to get hit by that. The first move is 15 frames, which is fast. 15 frames is fast. Alright, it gets beat out by other options, but at the same time, it's quick. It's unreactable. Alright, it's faster than obviously 16, 17, 18, 19, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's closer to 10. It's 5 frames off of 10. Meaning with plus 5, like, let's say, see, I'm plus 2 there. Right? Plus 2 is enough. That means I would trade with a 13 frame. Or, like, I would not trade with 13 frame. Yeah, I would trade with a 13 frame if I did this into this. They would trade. Meaning anything else that gives me instant recharge. No, it's still 2. But, like, you get the point, though. Like, any amount of advantage only makes 15 more dangerous. And 15 is normally, like, the launch number, too. So that means any amount of advantage means you can be launched if you try to press. Like, if you don't go for the safe jab option that's low reward. That's why people use jabs to, like, check, like, hey, stop whatever you're doing, clear your advantage, I'm interrupting you. Because at plus 2, 15 frames become a lot easier to, like, use. At plus 3, you can only use your 11 frame or 10 frame. At plus 4, you can only use your 10 frame. And at plus 5, don't press, because you're going to trade and you're going to get launched for it. And if they're plus 6, you actually cannot press. You get the point, right? And this is 15 frames into a guard break that, like, he can always just not do, because it's a whole commit, like all guard breaks. Well, I want to say all because I only know a couple, right? So you can, and by the time you realize he's holding it, let me actually see something. It's a mid guard break. I think if they wanted to balance guard breaks, they should do it the Hayachi way, where any guard break that they don't like or they think is too strong, they make it a high so you can duck it. So my thought for the guard break was, oh, people are having issues where if someone is, what's the word for it? People are having issues with Yoshimitsu's guard break. Well, I shouldn't say people. It's really just the main man. The main man was saying, oh, people were bitching about it because it's too strong. And when you're on the ground, the choice between get up into a guard break and, like, stay on the ground and get hit with forward 1+2 is too strong, right? But from my perspective, again, I have not played at that level. He said that it has to go, that the whole thing has to be removed for Yoshimitsu's guard break, right? Why don't we just make it a high? Wouldn't that just make it duckable? You would react to it. You would literally get up quick and then duck. You can also make it not hit grounded either. Either of those options would make it that you can just stay on the ground if you see he's doing a guard break. And if he's at the distance where the guard break isn't jab interruptible, then you can stay on the ground. You'll eat one forward 1+2, right? And then you're at a safe distance. Alright, we got down forward 1-1-1. Actually, let me actually do the transitions. So 4-2-2, but instead of doing 1, you do 4-2-2-4, which goes into Phoenix. This is important because I don't know the transitions for the moves, and I need to know these. Because if I see him do this, it's either a guard break with just 42 frames, or going into Phoenix. Right? Which you can react to the Phoenix. Or no, I don't think you can react to the Phoenix, but you can see it and go, okay, I'm good. But for the guard break, like, hold on. I'm gonna set him to jab, punish, jab. Right, good. After do this. Right, he gets hit there if I just do the regular break. If I do the guard break, I get interrupted. If I do the Phoenix version, I get jabbed. So you use the non-charged version of 4-2-2-1 as a way to stop them from disrespecting. And then you proceed to, what's the word for it? Then you do the mix-up of, am I going to use the guard break that's plus 13 into whatever I want? Or am I going to go into the stance transition? Right? Because everything's getting disrespected by the high. I keep pressing the wrong option. So, you have to actually hit this, is what I'm saying. So far, from what I've seen, all the options out of... I don't know how to activate the move. Phoenix Shift. All the options I've seen so far are jab punishable. Like, all of them that I've been doing, he's beating with his pin frame jab. So you can just jab for the most part if you see this. But then, of course, if you do jab, he's gonna knock you down. Do you get a combo for this? I actually don't know the combo. Wait, it's a heat engager, isn't it? Yeah, Oh, okay. So, the way it works... Hold on. Yeah. Alright, what was that? So the move changes when you're in heat. Obviously, a lot of moves like get additional properties, but this actually changes the animation of what happens. So you do 4-4-2, right? It automatically transitions you into Phoenix when you press 1. Right? When you're in heat, it allows you to pick up into a combo, right? What that means is that when the person's in heat and when the person is in base form, there's two separate, like, mental things. Because you spent the whole time conditioning them to disrespect by using this move, and then you get a heat engager, and then doing the same combo combos them. Like, doing the same thing as normal, they get trapped for it. So they have to know to restrain themselves. And then, when you're done pressing, like, charging one button or, like, press it, and they know, oh, he's not going to go for the guard break. Then, I mean, when they know that he's not going to go for the, like, the full string, he's going to go for the guard break, or he's going to go for a transition, they'll just start jabbing you. And then you'll try to trap him with the whole string rep. The hard part is going to be knowing whether or not he's going for guard break, or is he going for transition into Phoenix? Because you can always assume that they're just gonna rip the whole full string when they think you're gonna interrupt. That's the easy part. Actually, I said it wrong. It's not whether or not they do the guard break or they're going to Phoenix. You can jab that out. It's whether or not are they going to try to, if they're gonna like let the full string rip uncharged. Alright, this one also transitions into Phoenix. So we got down 1-1-1. Let's see what it looks like normally first. Actually, it doesn't work if you're not in heat. So you're only going to see this in heat. Oh, okay. So the command for Phoenix shift is forward 4. Alright. I guess that because so far the way they've been having me transition into Phoenix has been through, instead of doing the normal input at the end, you would hold forward and press 4. Okay. So for example, this back one, the transition was forward 2-2-1, but they dropped the 1 and used a forward 4 for the transition. Let me activate. No. So this only works in heat. This isn't a move in the normal moveset. Alright. But if you do it. Yeah. This must be like a 5 version. Yeah, there's an extended version somewhere. I didn't know you could just keep pressing like this. So, it's truthfully, like, after this hit, right? After the first 2 hits, it makes you think, okay, can I press, or is he going to go into Phoenix? Which he can do at any time, or he can just let the full string rip. And if he does, it's guaranteed to be a wall spot. There's no way this isn't a wall spot. So the regular string itself, like the down forward 1-1-1, that's not a wall spot. If you go all the way, you spam the button, that's a wall spot. So you could be in heat, someone at the wall, they think it's over, they try to jab, and they end up just getting wall spotted into a combo. And you'd be like, oh, well, they're stupid. They should just respect the string. 1, he's a brand new character, and 2, it looks like it's over. Like, if you listen to the tempo, dun, 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 like, that mentally... Alright, I had to make sure that was plugged in. That mentally, to me, if I'm in like a situation or a high pace situation where I'm trying to get my punishes and take my turn because he's being aggressive, my first instinct in saying that would be, oh, I can interrupt here, but you can't. It's like it looks complete, and like the last hit kind of comes through slow. So if I yeah, you just die. You can't jab through it. It's a string. Thank God it isn't a natural into itself. Like imagine you could do it into a wall splat into like itself. That'd be the easiest combo ever. You just see people at the wall just So yeah, if you see this animation, just know that they can transition and you can jab them out. Or they can continue and you just die. So yeah, good luck. They have down forward 1-1-2-1. Oh, it's even worse. So I was spamming one thinking I was doing all the button commands, but I wasn't. This uses some of his heat when he does it, so it isn't like he can spam this move out and it only exists during heat. So if I just turn off punish and make him block the whole thing, it's safe. It's a safe. It's it's a safe heat string, bro. It's a string that only exists in heat. It's safe on block, so you can't disrespect it. It gives up the turn. Don't get me wrong, but so like it's your turn. You could possibly jab back, but if you're using jabs as a way to like get +1, so you gain control or advantage after he does this thing, like hey, my turn now. The problem is if you do it too often, people are gonna duck and punish. Like they're going to just reflexively start ducking and then punching it. Or at least people like I fought a Jin the other day, and I don't like Jin as I said before, but he was good. I lost to him a lot. Alright. This Jin noticed that I was jabbing a lot, and Yoshimitsu has pretty bad jabs. He would like reflexively duck, launch. So I'm starting to get to the point. I think he had like 200 something like elo. Like he had 200 Tekken powers, right? 200,000. So I'm starting to fight people who are noticing, understanding these mechanics, and visualizing like those situations. So you could use your 10 frame jab, or that looks like 14. Is that 14? You can use your 12 frame like mid punish, because it like the fastest mid punish you have for Yoshimitsu is 12 frames, but you would just want to throw as fast of a mid as possible so that they can't duck it. It's the same thing I do after I do Yoshimitsu's Raw Rising 1-1-1-1, because the last hit makes them enter crouch, and if they try to press a button, right? So like that Raw Rising 1 string, at the end when it forces crouch, you don't have any advantage off that. You're +0. So both of you have an equal opportunity to attack, except your opponent is in crouch stance. Meaning, let's say he were to do like a route, like a 15 frame launcher, right? He has a 15 frame launcher move. You can beat him easily with just a regular 1-1. You can beat him with the 11 frame, 10 frame, 12 frame, blah blah, all that stuff, right? Problem is, if you do 1-1 or you do 2-2, those are both highs. Ensure they give you advantage. They suck for the frame trap if the person has any sort of evasive moves, or if the person stays crouched, like holds down and just take jabs, because that's a way of getting out of being trapped in that situation where you're constantly forced to crouch. You can just hold down and take jab, and that's what, like 10 frames. So it's a 10 frame, and it's a special low, meaning they're gonna like get hit by it regardless, as in like they're gonna have to block it regardless. So you can check them and be like, hey, stop that, no frame trap for you. No frame cap for you. No frame cap for you. So you don't have to deal with the annoying situation of having a reduced moveset. This is crazy. While rising forward gives you a stance transition. This is actually the cleanest character in the game. This is when we get to it, but this is the cleanest character in the game. I might actually play him. Like if Yoshimitsu gets nerfed to the point where he's no longer fun to play, I guess I'll just play this guy. Cause holy shit, what? This is beautiful. All right, whatever. Moving on. We got upward +2, 1. It's -12. Oh, I'm not completing the string. Okay. That's gonna be a big issue. I'm gonna have to start checking to see if I'm doing the string correctly. So this is safe on block, obviously. Right? Has a Phoenix transition. Correct. Give me a moment. I'll be back. I just need a moment. In a moment. Alright, I'm back. So it's a 19 frame setup, whatever. Move on. Up 1 plus 2, 2, 1. Hey Siri. Alright, I just had to see what time it is. Also save. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, you can duck this. Like, wait, is he not allowed to do any of the heat stuff? Wait. Okay. Yeah, it's very easily duckable. I guess the hard part would be like, yeah, so the easiest way to punish is just with a grab. You have to do it. You have to do it at the right time. There we go. Like, you have to do it immediately though. So it's a mix-up, I think. It isn't a mix-up, but it's not a mix-up. It's not a mix-up. That's not the right word to describe it. It's an extension, maybe? No, because it's a different move. So what's happening is, right, people are probably going to get used to your timing. You do this, and I think I can press. Or maybe there's something sidestep about this. There has to be a reason, a logical reason this exists. Right? Of course, you can always, from all these heat moves, go into Phoenix. So we do this. Maybe it's sidesteppable. We'll do sidewalk, or maybe sidestep, because sidewalk it could be a line. We'll do first 2 hits. Alright. Nah, he gets hit there. We can do sidewalk left. No, because it's side sweeping, I think, from that area, so we gotta do sidewalk right. Nope, gets hit. And this is a mid string. So it feels like a mix-up, but it's not, because you can just stand block it all, and then just wait for the end to like respond with something. But the reason I was calling it a mix-up was because it's up 1 plus 2 in 1, which is that a special mid? Oh, that last hit up top is a fucking mid, bruh. So that's all mids, right? But this version has 2 highs. So if you're planning on ducking so you can punish the 1 plus 2 2 version, you're gonna get hit with the first one. And then you could just, you know, then you just die, alright? You get punished. So if that's really the case, it isn't a mix-up, but an abuse of expectation. So someone could do this move over and over. And then eventually you're gonna get used to it and you're gonna duck, maybe punish, and then they just swap to the up 1+2 1 version instead of the up 1+2 2 version. Alright, I'm gonna hit you with mid and you die. I guess it would be one of those things where you just have to pay attention to which version they're using. Alright. It isn't sidesteppable. All this looks like it's tracks, because it's a side sweeping move. So, good luck trying to step that. But, actually, what I want to see is sidewalk left. And then we're going to make him do it after the 4th move. Nope. Let's see, the 5th move. Fine, let's try the 3rd. So no, you can't sidewalk this. You're just gonna get fucking killed. Maybe sidestepped. Maybe you can sidestep. It says during heat and Phoenix shift do 2 1+2. So this must be only possible during heat. Oh, I see. Okay. To see against the wall fully, it gives you +4 at distance, and then you can go into back 2, not back 2, forward 2. You're +4, right? So if they try to do anything slower than their 10 frame, you trade or you hit them. Like anything slower than 11 frames, they die. In fact, we can have him be set to punish with forward. Down forward 4 for this character is 14 frames. So he's gonna get hit. I should make him try to respond after the 2nd hit so he doesn't just fucking die. So I did back 2 there, which is 20 frames, wrong one. So that does make sense that I would get hit. Because if I'm +4 and he's doing a 14 frame move, fastest he can respond is 18 frames. My 15 is going to beat him. Right. I just need to get used to the buttons. Yeah. So it'd be right. You're +4 off that, and you use your 15 frame move to basically beat out most options into a free combo. Alright, he has a second heat smash. It's a heat smash, throw on hit, increases Zante gauge, Zentage, Setsuken. I'm gonna call it Zan gauge. Alright, increases Zan gauge on hit or block. And you probably don't see it, actually, no you don't. So, the numbers here, right? You can see underneath the health bar, there's that 1 and the gauge. See how it increases? Let me actually turn off punish. whenever I do that move, right, it increases, right? There's a move tied specifically to this gauge, obviously, that is a fuck ton of damage. That if you have it at 5, it does a ridiculous amount of damage, like a ridiculous amount. Like enough that like it makes sense. Like it actually does feel like a big meter burn in a video game, how much damage it does. But just know when it's talking about the gauge, that's what it means. If it's important, I'll bring it up. Like I'll put it on screen. Right. Shit, I'm trying to think. What was I just doing? Move list, yeah. So he has a second heat smash. This is his first one. Does chip damage, right? On hit, it's a throw. Obviously, like all heat smashes. Actually, no, not all of them. Like Yoshimitsu's isn't. First one looks like this. Does 60 damage, right? That's a 60 damage heat smash. I think all standing ones are like that. Alright. Let's bring him to the wall. So that's the first one. When you do this dash, alright. Actually, let's actually make sure 18 frame startup for the regular heat smash. 15 frame startup for the dash one, which builds meter. And if they're at the wall, if there's a like heat smashable spot there, then it's most likely gonna work. If you get what I'm trying to say. Like if there's an interactable, it's probably gonna break on the wall there. I just don't remember where the interactables are in this map. I think this is it. Out here. Really? That isn't it? Because I know there's a spot where you can do a launcher, like a wall interactable. Maybe it's over here? Oh, my bad. My bad, bro. I don't know. Damn, where are the wall interactables at? I don't know. Let me see if I can change default here. No, that's not it. Wall bound. There we go. It's so it is over here. Okay, so the problem is this move doesn't wall bound. It forward breaks. Guaranteed. Yeah. So the way it works is that the regular heat smash at 18 frames is 60 damage. It's pretty long range, right? But he has one out of a dash that lets him get close at 15 frames, which again is fast, meaning any amount of advantage can make this a frame trap. So he has a fast heat smash out of a stance that he can use as a mix-up that on block isn't even negative, most likely. So let's do stand block. No, I'm +3 after that. And it resets me to a distance that I can still jab from. I can always just backdash and then do forward 1+2, right? And there's always the mix-up of like, oh, just a regular mix-up, you know? Do it low. You know what I mean? But since it's, again, 15 frames, it's a mid, it's a mid. But because it's out of stance, and it's a mix-up, it's only 40 damage. And the reason that's important is we're gonna do punishment, right? So, like the thing I did before, I frame trapped a 14 frame move by doing Phoenix Shift 2 1+2 into forward 2, which is 15 frames. Forward 2 is 15 frames. The same like speed as this heat smash. Now the dash is gonna take up some frames, but the point is I should still be able to beat it, if not like trade with it. So that's, hold on. I need to make sure I do this correctly. I actually can't. Let's say I did a punish. Yeah, that's +5. Yeah. I'm gonna do a raw rising 4. Okay. So raw rising 4 leaves me +6, meaning he can't respond. But I'm trying to find an even like fair comparison. I can't really think of anything. The problem is I'm trying to do Phoenix 2 1+2, right? I'm +4, but to go back into the stance, I don't think it will give me enough time. I can try, of course. Right. Nah, I didn't read my input. Yeah, it just beats me. The transition into the stance is just too slow. It's just too slow. Oh well. But you get the point. Any situation that leads you in Phoenix stats on plus frames, like if there was a Phoenix transition out of that like heat smash, then it'd be goated, but there isn't, sadly enough. In fact, that wouldn't even work because you need the heat to even do the second heat smash. But you get the point. Like, I don't know any moves that transition into Phoenix on advantage. You know what I mean? It does look cool though. And then we have his Rage Art, which I have not seen. Well, I have seen it. I got beat up by it one time. $55 damage. I wonder if that's like the standard amount for heat smashes. I know, like, I'm talking about like base heat smash, you aren't on 1 HP because they do more damage when you're low health. Alright. We got 1-1 standard jab frames, right? 10 frame move. Transfers into Phoenix depth. It's +6 on block. So what that means is just like I did before, If you punish with a 10 frame move, you can frame trap with the heat smash because it transfers the Phoenix. So jab him twice, right? He tries to punch back with the low slow move. You get the point. You would ideally do this on a map that has a floor blast, like what's that one map where you're falling from space that has a floor blast? Shit, I'm trying to think of another one. What map has a floor blast? There's the Ortiz farm. There's shit. I can't think of any. I can think of maps with like wall breaks, but nothing with like floor rigs. Tragic. So yeah, this is gonna be one of the best moves he has. 1-1. I mean that. Like 1-1 is a Phoenix transition, so you get a mix-up out of it. The question is, does it transition on block? Yeah, you can transition even on block, and of course it's safe. So if they don't realize that after this that they can disrespect it even with the slow 14 frame move, unless they do that. Like if they're not leading with their armored move, if Clive isn't using his armored move out of this, you know, you're going to beat him because he's -3. Right? You're gonna beat him. So you can disrespect his stance on block. On hit, you can't. On hit, if you try to disrespect it, you're cooked. For example, if I were to recording in. Nah. What's it? He has a move. There we go. That's it. A very basic scenario could be, alright, that's -14. You could punish it with many things, but a very basic scenario could be, right? And you get the idea though, right? They do a negative move. It's tied to your 10 frame. You can punish anything that leaves them right in front of you with this into a stance transition with plus frames because you're at +6. You're at +6. You can do all types of frame traps, including your heat smash. So 1-1's going to be your best friend because of the Phoenix transition. Right? Even on block, you can beat some options. Like, that's a slow armored move, probably like 20 frames or so. You can beat it. So, I do think 1-1's one of his best moves. Phoenix transition, +6 on hits. +6 on hit, and then what? Oh, it's safe. It's safe at only -3, but it's still -3. I'm gonna add a note that can be disrespected and I enjoy the disrespect gameplay. I think disrespect, if you can't disrespect the stance ever, it makes the gameplay boring. If you can't think, I could probably jab out of this, and then like be able to, I think it's boring. Of course, there should be an option that counters them, like jabbing you out of it, but it should be a back and forth. There should be a way to deal with each option in a way that isn't so mechanically hard that only 1% of the people can be able to do it. And I mean, like, it being the only way to deal with it shouldn't be that mechanically hard. Because anyone can conceptualize just jab him out of it. Anyone can conceptualize, oh, he's doing an armored attack, meaning it's not that I'm not jabbing him out of it, his move just ignores my jab. We have 1-2. Ooh, let's turn that off. 1-2. Oh, this is bad. I actually need to show the hub, which I hate doing. So if we reset and I can turn off key activation, because that's annoying to listen to. You can't even see the bar. Oh, that's bad. So if I do 1-2, it increases it. It's minus 14 though, which is bad. This is real bad. So like, they tied a move about that increases your meter. You only gain the meter on the second hit, right? They made it negative 14 on hits. I've said this plenty of times. Many people's heating gauges are 14 frame and 13 frame. So they've given the ability to launch basically to anyone at 14 frames, depending if you have heat already active. So for a move like this to be negative 14 is kind of crazy. Except it's a fucking sword. You can attack from long range. This hits. Like, you can space it. Like, you're gonna get touched here. You're definitely getting touched. But back here, you still hit. And you could legitimately outspace your opponent and build meter safely for free. You still reach them. I don't know what it is about this company and making characters that are from Final Fantasy, making them weapon-based, and then giving their weapons ungodly range. Noctis Tekken 7, first of all, you can't parry weapons. There's no low parrying weapons. There's no, like, unless your moves is specifically told to you to be a perfect parry, you cannot parry it. Right? That means if I have, let's see. No. I'm trying to find a low sweep. Basically, you know how Reina, Leroy, well no, I think Leroy's might be a perfect parry. Like there's tons of characters that have a move. Like how even Brian has like a punch parry. You can't parry these weapons. And those moves are niche anyway. Wait, does he have the Noctis string? That's actually crazy. It almost looks like he's about to do the Noctis string. But what I was saying is, since it's a weapon, since it's a sword, if I were to do a low, like for example, Yoshimitsu has up 2, or up forward 2, you can't low parry that even though you know I'm going for a low. You can't. Because it's a weapon. You can't parry weapons. So to have like a character to have such crazy range, like they just make all of their weapon characters so strong. And Noctis had long reach with his weapons, and he had multiple. It wasn't like this where it's a guy with a static hit, even though I know we're in a fighting game, so everything's like static. There's only one of everything. But what I mean is, like, it wasn't like he was always using a sword in Tekken 7. Noctis was able to pull out a sword, a lance, a great sword that flung you into the sky, pushed you back. Like, there was a lot of things he could do and for the most part, it was balanced. I think if I remember correct, I don't remember people bitching about Noctis because of balance as far as like his frame data, because he's a pretty like slow, careful character. I remember them bitching because he had set like range and he would run, which doesn't make him overpowered. But like, the point I'm trying to get across is characters in video games or fighting games who use weapons, or at least specifically Tekken, characters who use weapons in Tekken tend to be very good because in a melee game, the hitbox is tied to your hand. So to create someone with a sword, so you have the physical sword be a hitbox, that means it can hit from back here. Like, it can cover this entire distance. So truthfully, you're always in danger at this range. He could be here, but he could backdash and follow up with an attack immediately. I wonder what this looks like on hit. It's probably nothing special. We should actually... Alright, we should actually be able to see if this... So, it's not a wall splat. It does a decent amount of damage. And since it's tied to 1, 2, like it's a 1, this is a 10 frame punish move. That does a good chunk of damage. 28, that's a nice amount. But I think it's doing that damage because it's at the wall. Yeah, it's saying it does normally 22. But because you're at the wall, it does 28. And then if it's counter hitting... then it is like, what, 28? 20... Oh, I'm doing the wrong move. But good to know that one. Yeah, okay. So on counter hit, it doesn't do any more damage, I don't think. Oh, it does 1 more point of damage. 1 more. So I'm gonna write this move down. 1, 2, long range, builds Zan. It's minus 14 though on block. Sadly enough. And what's the amount of... I'm just wondering the amount of like Zan that you build. I keep pressing the wrong button. So it's a little amount, and if you do this over and over, you're obviously gonna get sidestepped because there's no way this is. Yeah, let me sidestep. Yeah, so he sidesteps. It's minus 14 though, so I won't be able to follow up. So like, it steps you closer enough to... Yeah, at that point, if you do another attack, you're just close enough for them to interrupt you. Like, they're able to block it and then do their own move forward. But I guess since you're out of range, they won't be able to attack you anyway. That's actually a very good question. How much does it build on hit? Yeah, it builds way more. So this is gonna be the punish you use in order to build like meter quickly. so that this way it's like, oh, they're negative. I'm gonna do this, get some decent damage, and if they aren't against the wall, they get knocked down and resets the distance, so I can proceed to zone again. And you can just double top the build. So for the notes, I'm gonna put, so it builds Zen minus 14 on block. But what else is there? Oh yeah, I-10. It's an I-10 startup. Oh yeah, this character has the sauce, bro. This character has the sauce. I hope he doesn't like get super nerfed. I hope he doesn't. I hope they tuned some things down that are like too strong, like forward 1+2. Because right now it's in a state where it has range. If you block it, right. Actually, I'm not even gonna say forward 1+2 is overpowered. Because it's super slow. And here you're able to like stop him if he's trying to like spam it. I will just say that like I don't know. It's like very far range though. I think the range in this character is a bit much. Like I get it, he has a sword, but his range is extremely far. Like he's able to essentially fight from here effectively. He can always just return to this distance whenever he wants. Like you have to come to him and he can fight you off, keep you out, while at the same time having extremely high damage. Well, I guess that this just sounds like Raven, but like this guy's an easier time. Because Raven can keep you out and he also has high damage with his combos. But he feels less committal than this guy. No, because this guy has, like, for example, that's minus 14. But then, I don't know. I feel like this character is clearly an easier and better character than Raven. But I haven't even looked at his move list. So I can't even, I don't know. I just know that there's some parts guaranteed. Nah, I can't even say that. Because I just know I was facing him and I had no clue what's going on because I didn't own the character and I couldn't lab him. And trying to lab a character you don't own is fucking pain. Because you effectively just wait for them to reveal the options, and you still have to guess. But like, you don't know what you can do to like make it easier on yourself. And I can't do anything if I don't own the character either way. Like I can't try to test out his moveset. Alright, so what else is there? Oh yeah, move this. I just have to move it out the way. We got 1, 4, 2. So this is safe. Actually, it's +1. It's a double high. Okay, I guess. I mean, I guess it's there to... The reason you're +1 when you do it is, 1, it's a double high. 2, I think it's jab interruptible because of how slow it looks. Standing block, blah, blah, punish. That's an armored move. I don't have my jab activated. No, you can't jab it. And it leaves him at +13 too. So there's no interrupting with that, but you can armor through it. Which is a very big deal actually, because some armored moves are heat engagers. So let me do what is it? What am I looking for? Oh yeah, we're gonna try and punish off. Since like let's say Raven's move, like forward 1+2 for Raven, is an armored heat engager, so he could armor through your attack and proceed to murder you with a combo, right? There's other characters who have not heat engagers but just regular armor moves. Like, well, everyone has armor moves, but you get the point. So the main balancing of this move being +1 is that you can duck the second hit. So if I do crouch block, if you duck it, you get to kill me. Like, well, you get to kill Clive. Let's not say me, because I'm not dumb enough to do it. But you could actually duck and then stand back up with launch. But like I just did there, the person could always just jab and then do a mid. They could always just jab, mid. And they're getting their damage in. Because the only thing this is meant to do is to leave +1 and, you know, like hit you. It's supposed to push you away. And the goal is like, oh, I want to hit you. I'm going to throw this out and see if I'm wrong. You just get pushed back. But the more I use this, like the more I do this, the more it sets you up for that, because you're going to want to duck. And I'm trying to do this command correctly. Let me see. Yeah, so I was doing it correctly. I don't understand why. Yeah, it's hard for me to do. If you see someone consistently doing like this, not that, this, fuck, you get the point. Alright? Just know you can duck and launch them forward. Alright? Get in the habit of duck launching. We have Magic Burst, which is 2-1. This is perfect input to power up. Not sure what that means. Wait, hold on. It's a double high. It's -13. It's a 12 frame starter. Okay, that's good. That's good. So the reason it's good that it's tied to the 2 button, since 2 is 12 frames in this character, is obviously it's your 12 frame punish. But most likely what that also means is that if you have him stop blocking, yeah, it gives you plus frames. But more importantly than that, alright, if you're at the wall, let's do punish. Alright, no, that's the wrong punish. Yeah, if you're at the wall, fuck, damn it. The point is, it's a wall splat. It's a fucking wall splat, bruh. There. It's a wall splat. Even though it's double high, it doesn't matter. Because you're probably going to be using this for a punish anyway. I wanted to demonstrate it being used for a punish. But that's just pain. So. Yeah. 37 damage for being a wall splat. If it's not a wall splat, sorry for the constant transitions. Oh, it's 37 damage regardless. If you hit them wall splat or not, it's 37 damage. Look how much damage this fucking does for a bundle. Like, that's 12 frames. Sure, it's tied to like a jab, but like it hits from here. It's hitting from like there, bro. Like this, it's going to hit from here. You see how crazy that jab is? That's a crazy jab. Like no bullshit. You can punish someone from right here with I'm gonna say right here, cause this right here is gonna miss. See? But here, you can punish someone for 30 something damage, and if they're at the wall, they get wall splat. Like that to me is wild. I'm not gonna lie. That effectively means that what was the move? Let's say heat. We're going to do after 2 and make him block, and then we're going to turn on the armored move, right? So what you can do is, and then you can do 2-1 and proceed to wall splat him for it. Like, that's crazy. I'm gonna wait till he comes back. You just have to not be late about it. I guess you have to be up against a wall for it to work. Okay, that's fair. But like, still. Like, come on. You have to be right against the wall for it to hit, but it's still good regardless. Because it's tied to a 12 frame move. Sure, it's a high, and it's gonna have that same problem that like Yoshimitsu has with his so like when you're doing Yoshimitsu while rising one string and it forces crouched, you want to respond with like the fastest move possible. And 1-1 wouldn't heat wall splats. But the problem is it's a high into a mid, so they can duck the mid part, dick jab you, or like just launch you if they have something evasive. So they could pick a technically slower option, but since the move would duck your high, they beat you anyway. So since these are both highs, alright, they can be ducked. You can see this jab and go, alright, I'm a duck. Because I don't want to deal with the wall splat, or you're at the wall, and that could be your guess like, oh, he's going for the wall splat, I'm just going to duck the second hit and launch him for it. Is it the safest bet? No. But, hey, if you guess right, you do kind of like just win the game, don't you? The assumption being you're one combo from death, and so is your opponent. You do have to be fast about it, though. We have 2-2-1. So this is the mix-up to 2-1. So since 2-1 is -13 on block, right? You're gonna get punished for using it. Either by them ducking or them just blocking in general. So you're most likely gonna use 2-1 as just a punisher for someone else's mistake. if someone thinks you're going to duck, I mean, if someone thinks I want to launch them for using 2-1, I'm just gonna duck the second high. You can bait them if they're trying to go for that by just doing 2-2, which is a high mid. Same jab, obviously, because it's a 2 button, but the follow up is a mid into another mid. It says perfect frame input to power up. I'm not sure what that looks like. Maybe they'll show you what it looks like. I'm not too good with perfect frame inputs because I have no fucking clue what that's even about, but there's a transition into Phoenix. So that's actually kind of cool. Since you can transition into Phoenix out of it, it changes the frame data from -8 to -1. Let me write down. Yeah. I forgot to write down whether or not some of these moves were like high mids, high lows, stuff like that. So 2, 2, 1. Actually, is 1-1 automatically transition? So I'm just writing this stuff down for later. I need to make sure I get it down. Definitely gotta make sure I write it down. You can do 2-2 forward for a Phoenix transition, right? Gotta write down what it is on block. That actually. Oh, the perfect input version is. Okay. So this is the point. 2-1. Okay, never mind. Never mind, I was wrong. Because I confused, not that. If I could do it. That's launch punishable. The sidestep 2, bruh, I'm trying to do something. Sidestep 2-1 is launch punishable. And it looks like regular 2-1. Except it has a different side of, like, it looks similar, but it's not the same thing. I was just lost for a second. The question is, does this wall splat? So we're gonna do punish after the second move. Something's off. It jails. The reason I know it's jailing is because I have him programmed to respond after the first hit. But he isn't responding. So that means 2-2-1 jails, meaning there's no sidestepping, there's no nothing. Like, you can't interrupt, which is important to know because you could be trying to use this string to get someone to interrupt you. And like, what I'm saying is you could be using it hoping that they press into it, not knowing, like trying to take their turn. But you could even do anything to set that up because you can't interrupt. Like, you could just do 2-2 and hope, like, oh, they'll jab, right? And I'll do, like, Phoenix Step to train them to jab. But the problem is, if they try to jab after you, like, do 2-2, they won't be able to. So you're wasting your time, if that makes any sense. Alright, so we have blah 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 jails. Let's see what it looks like on hit. That's not what I meant to do. So it's not a true combo, but on counter hit. On counter hit it is. Wall splats. Alright. So I'm taking so long for one move. What time is it? One? Alright. I gotta get a move on. We got 2-2-2-2. With also another transition into Phoenix. So that's actually interesting. You can cancel into Phoenix by doing 2-2 forward, or you can do 2-2-2 and then still hold forward at the end. Like if you don't... Actually, never mind. It just auto does it. Huh. What I need to know is if this is a true combo or not. No, it's not. Not even on counter hit is it a true combo. I still be fine. How much damage does that do? I just want to see. About 30, and then on block, it's safe. But it gives up your turn completely. It says power up during heat, shift to Phoenix. I don't... Hold on. Let's make him stop blocking. So, oh, when you're in heat, it does way more damage. And you can cancel it from going into Phoenix. So you get an immediate follow-up. In fact, let's try doing it from here. get a guaranteed Phoenix 4. At least I think it's guaranteed. Hold on. I think you can combo off of that actually. Somehow you can combo off of that. Something that hits like low to the ground. Maybe a heat smash. Let me see. Hold on. Alright, yeah. That's what I thought. It's hard for me to see right now because I'm playing on my projector. But I could have swore I thought that it looked like it entered you in the crouch, and I was right. So what we're gonna do is wait for my feet to come back. Nah, but it doesn't reach. Tragic. There gotta be a way to combo with that. Because he like pops up into the air. They're already in heat. Maybe... No, we're too close to the middle. No. Somebody out there has this figured out already. Oh, you can do it. There we go. You just have to wait long enough. Yeah, there we go. Into a pickup. I'm not, it doesn't seem to be actually combo, but it could work. But I'm gonna move on anyway. We have 2-2, 1+2. It increases the gauge. So let's see. By like a very big amount if you hit it. So if you're halfway filled with your gauge, it's gonna fill it. So if we're doing 1-2, get a hit, right? 1-2, halfway, we can like even on block, it does a very solid chunk. The problem is, that's what I thought, -13. And it spins you towards them, so you can't like, it isn't one of those moves where you can space it to be safe. You're on top of them. And if you're not on top of them, I don't think it's gonna hit. Like even back here, yeah, like full screen using this move, you're gonna end up on top of them. Until you build the meter, you're gonna get like either heat engaged by somebody or they're gonna get their quick like punish. And we've already seen like 2-1 is a 12 frame punisher. So if it's a Clive v Clive, you're eating 30 damage for free. Hell, even if it's not a Clive v Clive, you're eating a bunch of damage. But for this specific situation, let's say you're negative 13 and you're that distance, 1-1. They're gonna get a mix up on you, or they're gonna do like 2-2, which is more damage to get the same mix up on you. Right? In fact, if they were to do 2-1, that's a mercy. In fact, no, if you're at the wall, if you get slumped like that, or you don't get wall spotted, they're immediately coming in for their mix anyway. So you're gonna get 31 damage, and then mixed. If I could press the buttons in time. You get the point. So I like the move because it looks cool, but importantly, on block you do get like some damage taken on you. And 31 is a good chunk of damage for a hit. Alright, don't get me wrong, but it isn't your entire health bar. The part you should be scared of is the fact that one, they hit you with a move. So they punished your move. That gives them advantage for doing the hit. Like, we're +8 or +6 there, right? They get to run in, do whatever they want. But for a situation like the jabs, oh yeah, okay. So for a situation like the jabs, they get an immediate transition into stance. So sure, they lose, quote unquote, a little bit of damage. But one, they get information, and two, you're gonna get mixed probably. And if they're wrong, they're just gonna use that information for next time. Alright? It's relatively fast. I want to see something. Let's see, backdash, nope. We want them to sidewalk. We want them to sidewalk. Yeah, you just fucking die. I'm gonna have to leave a note about that. After 2-2 can be sidewalked. And that's important, even though you're not directly next to them when they sidewalk, they can just always stop sidewalking. Like, they can always just chill out. I keep forgetting to record whenever I do that. Hell, even if you get hit a little bit, you can still sidewalk. It's pretty linear. You have to do it at the right time, of course. Yeah. You get launched for it. Let's see if you can walk the other way. You what? Why? Why can I do that? That seems so like counterintuitive. That like I could be hit by that and like I think they should patch that and just make it that you have to sidewalk to the background. Sidewalk left. And I think they need to reduce the hitbox. But you get the idea, like it's sidewalkable, and you can tell that certain moves are sidewalkable by how committal they are in animation. Like, it's hard to describe. It's like a certain feeling you get when you see the moves, if that makes any sense. I know it doesn't, but like, one, he's in the air. He can't like maneuver. So you can sidewalk it easily, right? Two, and very importantly, his swords are vertical. Sure, they're like tilted to the side in like an awkward way, but they're still mostly like upwards. So if you're to the side of it, it shouldn't hit you. The reason there's like moves like this or what's another one? Trying to think. Like this, the reason those moves are considered tracking is because they sweep to the side. Meaning if you step to the side, they're still going to touch you. Moves like that are tracking. That is sidesteppable because it's vertical, right? So you should be able to step to the side. It's going to miss you and get your punish. Oh yeah. It says builds Zan. Alright. We have 3-2. Oh yeah, let's turn off. It said it's powered up during heat. So it's still minus 12. It just probably does more damage. Well, we still have some heal. Ooh, wrong decision. And of course I pressed the wrong fucking button. I don't even think it ate my... I don't even think it like pressed the wrong button. I think it ate my input. Is it still blocking? I thought I turned it off. So what is that? 22 damage? That is a lot more than 22 damage. So that's like 54 damage. Tied to a 16 frame move, which is a mid. So 16 frames. I'm trying to like think about the options we have already, because it's a good move. I'm not like saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just trying to think of ways to use it, because it's 16 frame starter, right? This has good reach to it. Yoshimitsu has a move like this, where it like controls the mid area. On block, it's negative 13. But how many people has like a move that can punish 13 from this distance? Not many. So you can't just be moving around, moving around. Get off me. Keep back. You know what I mean? You can use it in between when like you're trying to think of things to do. You can use this to push them back if you know that they can't punish it easy. And then when you're ready, you can do that, which sets them back even farther, and that's even safer. Because who has a 12 frame that goes this far? No one. The only person who could possibly even think about punishing this move is like, I don't know. I just don't know. And this type of move here, where on paper it is unsafe, but when you're in the game, either the opponent's reaction time, internet connection, or just how like precise they have to be to punish it, I call it pseudo safe, where it's not truly safe, but effectively it is. Right? It's pseudo. It's a false safe move. Or what's the placebo on that? Nah, I'll just use placebo. Will probably make more sense. No, because placebo is like the effect is still working even though it shouldn't. So a placebo move would be like Leroy's, I want to say 4-4. It automatically enters Hermit. It's -9. So since it's -9, you think, oh, it's safe. The problem is you're in a stance where you can't easily access a backdash, a crouch. You can't jump. So the only way to stop being in Hermit stance out of that stance is to do the manual transition, which is more than 2 frames. So you're going to get hit by something. It's slow enough that trying to do the Hermit stance, like 4-4, introducing Hermit stance -9, trying to cancel it is slow enough that you can get launched for doing so. Like you literally can get launched for transitioning into your stance, even if there is 1 frame, like even though it's on paper safe. So that would be a placebo like safe move. Where was I? So yeah, it's -12 on block. In fact, let me write out the whole thing. So at first it's -13, and then it's -12. We got 3-3. Oh, actually, I want to see something real quick about the last move. I didn't test and see if it like wall splatted. It seems like it would, but yeah, it wall splats. Okay. Next move, we got Bright Wing, which is 3-3. So to access this stance, you press 3+4. Alright. You can back up, you can go forward. It feels a lot like Dragonfly, except it's easier to access. Because it's just one, well, to me, it's one button. I have it bound to one button. So for me, it's easier. It has a really cool aesthetic. You can transition from your other stances like Dragonfly. Like, you can go immediately into your dash. So, it could be like, if I can get my shit together. Oh, he's not blocking. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Actually, what I was thinking was like dash in, reset the distance. You hit them, you transition to your stance, and then you apply pressure again. So it would look like something like this if I could do it smoother. Alright, but just like faster. So since we're here, I'm gonna go immediately into the stance. Hey Siri. Looking for the bright wing stance. Yeah. So we have bright wings 1. Is actually kind of hilarious. They gave a zoner. They made a zoner. It's a special mid. And it does chip damage. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Obviously, this is sidesteppable. It's 18 frames. But at this distance, this is the only thing that's gonna be able to hit you. So it's reactable. As in, like... But the closer you get, the more launch punishable it is. So here, I can't just spam you with shots. You can just launch me from there. Alright? And if I'm on top of you, I'm -20. So, essentially, frame advantage just dictates who can play the game. That's essentially what it is. At the most basic level of frame data, the more negative frames you have, the longer it takes you to play the game again. So at this distance, right, it takes me 13 frames before I can press the button again. But even though on paper, frame data could seem like, oh wow, this move is -17, like it's so terrible. One, you have to this move is 17 frames startup, it's so terrible. You have to conceptualize the fact that we're human and that 17 frame move is still incredibly fucking fast, right? This move is 24 frames, so it's reactable in a sense. You can see his hand move, your brain can process the information, and you can go, I need to sidestep. Got it, right? And when it comes to punishing moves with other moves, -14 means it takes 14 frames before you can play the game again. And that means for 14/60th of a second, you can't, your inputs aren't being read. No one's moving across the screen in 14 frames, right? And since the distance between you and the opponent gets farther and there's a max range, like, the game essentially is persuading you to move end with this move. Because you keep pushing yourself back. And eventually you're not going to be able to reach. And it's not going to push you back any farther. Even though you can go farther, it won't. So sure, they created a character who has the ability to zone in the game. And it is completely unblockable. I mean, not unblockable, that's the wrong word. It's avoidable, but you can't just sit there and block it. Like... When in normal state, yes. But if he's in heat, it has chip damage. So he can like slowly chip you down and waste his heat. But like, so that's the counter play, I should say, instead of just saying it like that. The reason it's allowed to do chip damage when he's in heat is because one, it is so little chip damage, and two, he's wasting his heat to do it. It doesn't consume his heat, but while at a safe distance, where essentially this is nothing but wasting time. This is a wasting time move. And that's not a bad thing. Let's say clock's about to run out, and you just need 7 seconds. You can spam this, and 7 seconds will be up. There's nothing they can do about it. They could try to like sidestep, move in, sure, and then you get there, blah blah blah, and you fight. Like I don't want to say there's nothing they can do about it because that's incorrect. I'm gonna just do record. Oh, that's bad. Let's record again. Oh my! Didn't realize there was a continuation after that. That's fucking hilarious. We'll get to that later, but actually, this is gonna fucking suck. Trying to make them do. We'll just fuck it. We'll do it anyway. That's gonna be it, and then we're just gonna make it happen so fucking often, as much as possible. We said the distance. Huh? Oh, bro, you gotta be fucking kidding me. No, we're just gonna have to go to the move list. Make him do it as frankly as possible. The problem is he just keeps exiting and re-entering the stance. That's the problem. Oh man, fucking sucks. What I was trying to demonstrate is like, since it's sidesteppable, you can sidewalk, sidewalk, like to like beat them on their timing. And since sidewalk can get you ever so closer, like oh shit, you can notice how I'm like steadily, slowly getting closer. I'm only sidestepping. Eventually, it's going to get to a point where I'm near you, and obviously, this is the slowest progression of getting closer to someone possible. But you can throw in a forward dash there. Like you can do one step forward, side step. So it's more than possible to get in on someone doing this move, but this most likely, this specific portion of it, right? Since it's a special mid, is designed for keep out. Not just keep out of any kind, keep out of the like, I'm running out the clock because I have the life advantage towards the end of a round type. Like this is real try hard, like I'm just here for the dub, not the fun of the game type of shit. And I don't really have that big of a problem since anyone with real skill is gonna be able to sidestep and push forward. The problem comes in once you get close to him, he can immediately like, so he could do, right? Catches your timing, and now you're in trouble again, just for him to like twirl away, just leaves and then resets and does it again. That's gonna be annoying as fuck. The second you find a Clive that's willing to just it's gonna be one of those moments where it's just like, come on, what in the fuck are we doing? Hey Siri. The crazy part is, if everyone does like a mix like this, their launch it's a special mid, meaning if someone's blocking, they're just not gonna do it. So I wonder if anyone's gonna go like this is purely a zoning move, is what I'm trying to communicate. There's nothing about this that's gonna make it be usable up close. It's 18 frame startup. When you're this close, you're launch punishable when you do it. Right? You're airborne, so if they jab you at all, you're floated. Just like Dragonfly stance. Okay. Now let's see what it's like on hit. Because as you saw, there was something else that happened when you hit. So you're +8 into an immediate mix-up. Okay, bruh. That's kind of funny to me. So the pure reason of using this is catch someone in the mid advancing. Because it doesn't matter which block they use, they're just going to be able to block it. So you catch someone, and depending on the range, affects how positive it is. So if I go in from back here and I hit you, I'm +13. And then I get whatever, I get to like come in for free. So this may be a tool used to chase people down. Like someone whiffs something, or you know they're about to do a move, you catch them whiffing, and then you're in their face. And then all right. Nah, no way. Okay. I thought it was a throw for a second. You don't understand. I thought this was like finna be the cooler version of Yoshimitsu's Dragonfly. Because again, Yoshimitsu is my favorite character, and I play him because he has useful tools. He has cool looking animations, right? And he's all in all not made to be overly, at least I guess from how long I've played him, he doesn't feel overly complicated. It feels like I understand the way that you use him, or at least at the most basic level, I understand why things are certain ways. But I thought for a second, they're just like, yeah, just fuck it, bro. Let's give him Dragonfly. Let's give him Dragonfly fantasy version. It says approach airborne opponent during Wings of Light, which looks like this. Question is, how do I get them airborne? There has to be like a counter hit launcher or something that I don't know about. Actually, the better way of doing this is... How do people get this combo off? I don't know. I'm not gonna get that. So this is what it looks like. The frame data doesn't matter because they have to already be in the air for this move to work. As far as damage goes, it seems to do a lot of damage. Like, that's 20. So that's about 50 something. So it does 50 some odd damage. We have Wings of Light 3. I'm just gonna actually rename my notation of it so we actually have the proper one. Okay, we have Wings of Light 3, which is just an actual hit launcher. And yeah, just pretty standard. Mid. Launcher. What's the frame data for this actually? That's important. 27 frames. Incredibly fucking slow. Like, slow enough that you should be able to visually see it. Hold on, I think I'm being called. I'll be back. Okay, what was I want to see if I can visually see it. There's not much, like, I think the animation part of it is backloaded. So instead of having the animation, like the frames that matter, I guess, that shows you this is what's going on, happen very early on, they happen later. So like, it seems like he does a slow body motion, so like it just eats up a bunch of frames with him just moving forward slightly, nothing definitive. And then it just shows him flipping in the last couple of frames, if that makes any sense. So it backloads the important frames. Like he just leans forward. I guess there's probably like he dips his head, but to react to that is kind of hard. Maybe you could react to the be gone part. Yeah, you can react to the be gone part. You can even nah, can't really sidestep that. It is linear, so you can't sidewalk it. So that's actually important to note because anyone who's doing this is most likely going to do it immediately or like with a little bit of delay. Right? They're not gonna just sit here and wait. Right? So you can just get up and then immediately, if you think he's gonna go for this option, sidewalk and then launch. So that way a little bit. Right? If I can get the timing down. So you have to sidewalk his left, you can't sidewalk the right. Actually, you can. There's also heat smashing, you can do that. You can jab him out of it, stuff like that. Because remember, it's 27 frames. So unless he's transitioning into it with advantage, it's just not going to work. Hell, you can use your 15 frame launcher. Problem is, since he's airborne, it doesn't launch him. Alright, let's stop this. What time is it? Alright, I'm gonna go into my shower and I'm gonna end the stream, then I'll be back.